I wanted to make an ultimate Splash Mountain video because of something I'm posting later. I don't want to go into much detail, but every day we must continue to fight. Everyone, regardless of gender, regardless of your sexual preference, regardless of age, regardless of color, we should fight for what is right. We should fight for Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is a legendary Disney attraction that opened at Disneyland in 1989 in the new land at the time, Critter Country, and it opened at the Magic Kingdom in 1992 in Frontierland. Both attractions are very, very iconic. The original in 1989 brought a more teenage audience to the parks. At the time, only adults would go to the parks or children. But teenagers were very rebellious, obviously, and they were more into the party type. And Splash Mountain really brought teenagers to the parks. It was very difficult doing such a thing, and it was very difficult bringing a flume attraction and combining it with the old-fashioned Disney charm. How could they make a flume ride that had thrills but also combine cute, cuddly creatures like Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, and of course, Brer Bear? Well, of course, they pulled it off, and Splash Mountain became a massive hit. It was fantastic and just drew in crowds. But not only was it difficult capturing the Disney charm, but it was difficult revitalizing a dead film at the time. Song of the South was, even back then, deemed controversial. Not a lot of people knew about the movie, so Disney found a great opportunity to take the characters from the film, the animated portions, and they put them in Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain tells the story of Brer Rabbit, who is down on his luck. He has really nothing to go for in his life, but he discovers that there's more to living than just sitting around acting depressed. So he goes on an adventure to find his happy place. But the villains, Brer Fox and Brer Bear, do not like this, and they want to stop Brer Rabbit from basically completing his plans. This attraction has many, many drops, and the climactic plunge at the end, which was at the time the biggest drop in flume ride history. Today, people always laugh at Splash Mountain being the weakest of the drops of most flume rides. But if you remember, back then, Splash Mountain was the biggest. It was the flagship attraction, the flagship thrill attraction to really explore. Today, you get Jurassic Park, which is like 80 feet. But none of these attractions compare to Splash Mountain because of its theming. And unfortunately, Splash Mountain has seen better days. Splash Mountain was beloved, was loved, and barely anyone would ever talk about the controversial sides, the racist sides. And for many, many years, Splash Mountain would always appear on Disney's YouTube channel, would always appear on the top YouTubers that supported Disney, their channel. Splash Mountain was loved. It was always on #1 rides everywhere. It was talked about everywhere. The characters were smash hits. You could buy merchandise up the wazoo. And Splash Mountain was massively popular. People would ride it, and never get bored, especially during the hot summer heat. Imagine yourself as a kid riding with your family, your parents, just laughing, enjoying the storyline, and plunging down that drop. But unfortunately, like I said, Splash Mountain has seen better days. In 2020, unfortunately, due to the Black Lives Matter, the media has unfortunately turned their eyes to Splash Mountain. The media has turned their eyes to many, many controversial elements found within our world and have lied about Splash Mountain to make the Black community angered towards the white community. It's very unfortunate, but they're using this political gain to get the help of the Black community in an effort for their side to win in the political votes. Now, I don't like Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with me being SJW or anything, because I'm not. I'm just not agreeable with his views. However, I also don't support the SJW community and their views. So I'm kind of just not really into politics, basically. And you don't really have to be into politics unless your country is at war, unless your country is getting bombed left and right. Yeah, then you should step up. But right now, I just don't feel the need to. Splash Mountain has been targeted, and all of a sudden, YouTubers are making videos about it, calling it racist, bashing the poor attraction, when years and years, none of these YouTubers have bashed this attraction whatsoever. It has remained popular on their YouTube channel until 2020 because the media has called for Splash Mountain as racist. And the Black Lives Matter, a terrorist organization, has deemed this attraction as racist. They believe that these characters are stereotypes of blacks. And they believe that this attraction is racist because it is showing blacks as animals. And it's showing blacks as stupid. That's not the case, however, whatsoever. The story of Song of the South was created by former slaves that told the story to each other. And a white man heard these stories, and he did interviews with these people, and he created the character of Uncle Remus. These stories are not racist whatsoever. These stories are not stereotypes, but actual folklore from black people from the 1800s. These characters meant something to the black community. It gave them hope, a bit of fun during hard times they were going through. Every black person wanted to be Brer Rabbit. Every black person wanted to get out and be free from slavery and do what they wanted and have a happy place. It meant a lot to these black people. But today, it's so widespread that not only black people love Brer Rabbit, but everyone loves Brer Rabbit. Every single nationality. So popular has Splash Mountain become that it was even replicated in Tokyo Disneyland. Yes, the Japanese, the people in Tokyo, Japan, love something that was created by black people. Think about that, how widespread and mainstream something has become. Song of the South and Splash Mountain have also created very iconic songs like Zippity Doo Dah, one of the most catchiest songs ever. I remember Zippity Doo Dah on a Halloween CD I had when I was a kid. We would pop the CD into the car during Halloween seasons, and Zippity Doo Dah came on. I don't know why, but I guess it was party music, and I'll never forget that music. But I didn't really understand where Zippity Doo Dah came from until years later when I experienced Splash Mountain, I believe when I was 15 or 16 for the first ever time. You see, I was scared of flume rides growing up, but Splash Mountain was the attraction that helped me get over my fears. Now, I have ridden almost all the flume rides. Jurassic Park, Dudley Do-Rights, Splash Mountain, you name it. But it was because of Splash Mountain that helped me get over my fear. And I realized that flume rides are they're not only thrills, but can give you a genuine laugh, a smile. And that's why I love flume rides, especially Splash Mountain. But it was replicated in Jurassic Park, but nothing could come close to the sheer excellence of Splash Mountain. And unfortunately, the media is targeting this attraction to spread hate against the white people. They are trying to move the black community far away from the white community, and it's very, very sad. This attraction should not divide us, but should bring us together as one. Walt Disney would want everyone to be together, to come together as one, to enjoy, to indulge in his magic kingdom. We are blessed to have Disney, to have this magic kingdom. Because without it, we would have no entertainment. We would have just nothing but sadness in our lives. Happiness here and there. But really, how happy can life really get you? Weddings sometimes end in divorce, and you will eventually lose your wife to old age, or you yourself will die of old age. Your family will start to fade away. But will Disney ever fade away? No. Disney will always be there. And it is us who should appreciate Walt's love. Walt, I believe, was a messenger from God himself. He was born to spread love, to spread joy, to spread happiness to the world, because without it, I don't think I would be here right now. Splash Mountain is the definition of Frontierland at Magic Kingdom. Splash Mountain is gritty. It's a lot grittier than people believe. These animals live in a harsh world. Frontierland is harsh. You have Tom Sawyer, you have the Bear Jamboree, very rustic. Their clothes are very old-fashioned and dirty and worn and tired. It has nothing to do with them being black. These characters are very, very hardcore Southerners. But let me tell you something, viewers of this video. Let me tell you something, Disney. My family grew up in Georgia, and they speak just like this. They have the deepest accents you will ever hear. Some of the biggest Southerners you will ever know. So these characters in Song of the South and in Splash Mountain, in my eyes, they are not racist, because I've dealt with family members just like this. But you know, all these spoiled city people, these white people, they believe that they owe black people something because they don't truly understand what is going on. Black people feel tired. They feel hatred towards the world because they aren't given the rights that we are given. But most black people that you hear in the media, they committed crimes. They did something that was deserving of being shot. And again, nobody should die. And some of these police officers give other cops a bad name. But being shot sometimes doesn't mean because you're black. Being shot is because the cops have to react. They have to do their job. And it's very sad that police can have a job as a cop, but in the handbook, they can kill any other nationality but black. Think about that. Your first day on the job, your sergeant or your higher up in command tells you that you can kill anyone in self-defense, but if you kill a black man, no, you yourself must be killed, or you will be destroyed by the media. That's very sad, and I think it's disgusting. You know, white people die every day by cops as well, and there are corrupt cops, but there's also corrupt lawyers, there's corrupt doctors, there's corrupt teachers. I don't know why people all of a sudden are bashing cops when doctors have murdered tons of people, teachers have destroyed kids' lives, have given them depression, and have given them false hope, and has destroyed their dreams. I've known terrible teachers growing up that have broken me. I failed 9th grade because of some teachers, because they discouraged me from passing. It has nothing to do with cops. And there are bad cops out there, horrible cops, that just destroy the name of police officer. And they should be thrown in prison. The man who killed George Floyd is a criminal. But George Floyd himself was not a saint. George Floyd was a criminal himself, one of the highest scum, and should not be worshipped like a god. George Floyd's death is very unfortunate, but we should not worship the man himself. And it's the Black Lives Matter that uses his name to get what they want, to shove a political agenda, to basically get more freedom than us, than what we have. Everyone should have equal freedom. Everyone. It is what Martin Luther King Jr. wanted for all of us. Equality is what the world needs. And I've talked to some people, some very corrupt teenagers, and I've talked to some very corrupt young adults, telling me that white people don't matter, that white people are not in the footsteps of black people, but we are. We know what they're going through. And it's very sad because we all matter. And black people are not privileged. They're not overprivileged. They're not more privileged than I am. They're not more privileged than you are. They're equally privileged. And they're not underprivileged than I am. I'm not stepping on black people. Heck no. Whoever steps on a black person or any other race is disgusting and should be ashamed of themselves. But the people that are equal to one another, that treat one another with equality, they are the true people in this world. They are the love that we deserve. They are the embodiment of Martin Luther King Jr. But the Black Lives Matter right now, you know, there are peaceful protests, I'm not going to lie. But the majority that you hear on the news is hatred, riots, destruction. It's gotten out of hand. And now they want to retheme Splash Mountain because of it. They want to retheme Splash Mountain to Princess and the Frog. They believe that this attraction needs a black princess because they need more black representation in the parks. They believe that everyone will love Princess Tiana because she's so widestream. But Disney is blinded by the media. Disney is blinded by their own stupidity. Disney, Splash Mountain was what you believe Princess and the Frog is. Splash Mountain has always been this ever since its opening back in Disneyland in 1989. It has become widespread. It has become the mainstream powerhouse of Disney. It has sold so much merchandise, and it has given people memories and love and respect for your parks. It may come from a pretty slow movie, Song of the South, but Song of the South by no means is a racist movie. It takes place after the Civil War, and it should be respected. Walt Disney respected the black actors in that film. The black actors respected Walt. They, later on in an interview, told interviewers that they would have never participated in the film if they thought it was racist. But they did so because they thought the film was a great positive message towards the black community. Splash Mountain should be preserved for the black community. It is a fantastic attraction that should always be preserved. I'm not saying that Princess and the Frog doesn't deserve an attraction. It most certainly does. Princess and the Frog would attract a lot of attention. It would get the attention of the black community, but I think Splash Mountain should also be marketed to the black community more. So therefore you would get 2 attractions for the black community. I know they're going through a difficult time right now, but we should preserve Splash Mountain and show the black community what it truly means for them, because they don't know what it means because they've never seen the film. It has been kept away by Disney, by the SJWs, and it has been hidden. They only listen to the lies of others. They need to see Song of the South for themselves. I respect black people. I hope that they can finally get their first black princess and in a theme park. I would be astounded if they made a Princess and the Frog attraction. Think about how beautiful it would be on the bayou watching Princess Tiana, the first black princess. However, Disney, you cannot remove a classic attraction for a black princess, because Splash Mountain is already for the black community. It represents black folklore at its best. And personally, it's like an old tale for the black community, an old wise tale. And if you remove that, you remove the charm of Disney forever. I really wanted to make this video for everyone, because the next video I am making might be a little difficult for some of you to understand. It may be a little bit hard for you guys to understand, but I just wanted to make this video an ultimate huge Splash Mountain video for everyone to enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, hit the bell icon, please, for me. I beg you guys. But this is the end of the road right now, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the video. My next video is coming out very, very soon. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, do whatever the heck you would like to do, and goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.